After Tripurasura was killed, a significant turning point in the story occurred when three of Tripurasura's sons set out on a spiritual journey of self-discovery and atonement after their father's passing. When it came to these children, Turkish was the one who took on the responsibility of being the oldest, while Vagan, Mali, and Kanlax followed in his footsteps as his younger brothers. Their collective devotion and unwavering commitment to rigorous ascetic practices won the attention and favor of none other than Lord Brahma, the revered creator deity who is found within the Hindu pantheon. Lord Brahma felt compelled to grant them the fulfillment of all their heart's desires after he became aware of the profound penance they had performed. The three demon brothers went to Lord Brahma with a peculiar request in the hopes of leaving behind a legacy that was unparalleled in its splendor. They beseeched him to conjure three impregnable fortresses, bastions of invincibility that were filled to the brim with unlimited wealth, opulence, and treasures that were beyond anyone's imagination. Their condition was that these fortifications should be invincible citadels, immune to attack from any force that dared to challenge their superiority. Lord Brahma allowed himself to be swayed by their fervent supplications, and as a result, he commanded a demon by the name of Maya, who was renowned for his masterful craftsmanship, to orchestrate the accomplishment of this audacious goal. Maya, who was endowed with exceptional skills, began the monumental task of erecting the three fortresses and saw it through to completion. In accordance with the directive given to him by Lord Brahma, he painstakingly planned out and built one fortress that was suspended in the heavenly expanse, another that was firmly rooted within the earthly realm, and a third that was concealed very deeply within the subterranean domain. In conjunction with the accomplishment of this monumental task, Maya swore himself to the stewardship of these mighty citadels, taking on the role of their protector and sentinel in the process. The magnitude of their accomplishments, however, was overshadowed by a foreboding prophecy that was visible on the horizon. Lord Brahma, in all of his sage advice, gave the trio of demon brothers a word of warning about the inevitable reckoning that awaited them at the hands of Lord Shiva, the formidable god of destruction. Lord Shiva was their ultimate adversary. This ominous prophecy did not deter the three siblings from embarking on a reign of terror that cast a shadow over both the celestial and earthly realms, prompting the gods and inhabitants of both realms to pray for divine intervention. After being moved by their predicament, the gods went to seek advice from Lord Brahma. They related to him their heartbreaking stories of torment and anguish endured as a result of the demon brothers' tyrannical rule. As a response to this, Lord Brahma came to the conclusion that the chaos caused by the malevolent forces required the intervention of a power that was superior to even his own. He led the gods in the invocation of Lord Shiva, who is revered as the god most associated with the vanquishing of malevolent forces in the universe. After being made aware of the precarious situation, Lord Shiva conceived of a plan that would necessitate the intervention of Lord Vishnu, who is known for maintaining and guarding the cosmic order. As a result of Shiva's recognition of the inherent goodness and righteousness possessed by the Tripurasura demons, these beings were rendered invulnerable to traditional methods of annihilation. It was his recommendation that the gods make an appeal to Lord Vishnu, and he stressed the importance of utilizing strategies that were outside the norm in order to combat the malevolent influence of the demon brothers. After receiving direction from Lord Shiva, the gods went to pray to Lord Vishnu. They were very earnest in their request. As a response, Lord Vishnu orchestrated a sacred ritual, which resulted in the manifestation of a large number of armed spirits emerging from the sacred fire. These ethereal entities, which were endowed with divine energy, were given the mission of subduing and winning against the malevolent forces controlled by the demon brothers. However, their combined strength was not sufficient to prevail over the enormous power and tenacity possessed by the demons of Tripurasura. The spirits, feeling defeated and humiliated, made their way back to Lord Vishnu, where they related their heroic but ultimately fruitless efforts. As a result of being confronted with this unexpected barrier, Lord Vishnu set out on a journey of introspection to formulate a plan that would allow him to subvert the virtuous resolve of the demon brothers. Lord Vishnu, realizing the significance of subtly influencing others through manipulation, conjured up an illusory being called Arahan. Arahan, who was portrayed as a meek and unassuming being, was given the responsibility of writing a scripture that advocated a philosophy that was distinct from the established rituals that were outlined in the Vedas. Because Lord Vishnu articulated the need for simplicity and accessibility within the language of this scripture, its dissemination among a diverse audience was made easier as a result. This new school of thought intended to downplay the complexities of traditional religious practices while putting more of an emphasis on the significance of karma, also known as the law of cause and effect. Arihan, now armed with this fresh worldview, set out on a covert operation to gather information. In secret, he sneaked into the fortified domains of the demon brothers, accompanied by his illusionary disciples. Over the course of time, their teachings gained traction and spread throughout the demon brothers and their subjects, permeating both their hearts and minds. This slow shift, which marked a significant turning point in the larger narrative, took place over the course of several years. The demon brothers veered off the righteous path they had been following and embraced an irreligious way of life as the teachings of Arihan took root and began to exert their influence. The gods understood that the time had come to seek vengeance and freedom from the despotic rule of the demon brothers, and they did so at the opportune moment. They pleaded with Lord Shiva to step in and put an end to the reign of terror, and they did so with unyielding determination. In response to their pleading, Lord Shiva issued a command to Vishwakarma, the divine architect, instructing him to fashion a chariot, weapons, and arrows that were appropriate for the upcoming conflict. The divine assembly was led toward the formidable fortresses defended by the demon brothers by Lord Brahma, who assumed the role of charioteer and directed their travel. The decisive conflict would soon take place, and it would be accompanied by a plethora of powerful weapons that would be wielded by the gods. As the confrontation drew closer, Brahma's perceptive abilities enabled him to sense the imminent alignment of the demon fortresses. This allowed him to prepare appropriately. He then informed Lord Shiva that the decisive moment had arrived, indicating that the window of opportunity to deliver the killing blow had presented itself. In retaliation, Lord Shiva imbued his arrow with the Pashupatastra, a divine weapon with an incredible amount of power that is well known for its destructive potential. He shot the arrow with a single-minded determination, and its speed approached that of the speed of light itself. The arrow's path was direct and unwavering as it hurtled toward the demon strongholds, as if it were being directed there by divine will. As soon as it made contact with the target, the Pashupatastra unleashed an unrivaled level of destruction, obliterating the impregnable fortresses along with the malevolent forces that had been housed within them. The victorious demonstration of cosmic justice reverberated throughout the realms, signifying the culmination of a significant conflict that pitted righteousness against tyranny. The story comes to a close with a heartfelt thank you to the readers, who are then encouraged to continue participating in the conversation by favoriting, commenting, and subscribing to the content. This sentiment highlights the ageless allure of stories that transcend time and space, captivating generations of readers with their powerful themes of virtue, retribution, and the never-ending struggle between good and evil.